Hi, I'm Ken Good. I'm a former U.S. Navy SEAL. I'd like to take 5 minutes of your time to explain a very unique personal self-defense device. I've been in the business of putting down bad guys for a long time. Since my time in the military, I and my team have been actively training thousands of military operators, law enforcement personnel, and civilians through my martial arts school. Our priority has always been and will remain combat effectiveness, not theory. We have focused our studies on the actual attack dynamics. In this capacity, we have prepared others to neutralize imminent threats. What does it mean to neutralize imminent threats? It means to render them ineffective or harmless. This is why I love the Defense Alert Device, or D.A.D for short. It's an exceptionally practical and effective tool for self-defense. In my experience as a U.S. Navy SEAL, we were trained to improvise and use a wide variety of tools and techniques, generally leading to lethal force. However, the realities of civilian self-defense require that we expand our options to include non-lethal means of force protection. In this regard, I firmly believe, at this point, there's nothing that compares to the D.A.D. In fact, nothing else comes close, and I'll explain why. Anyone who values their life or the lives of others does not want to be at the mercy of another person just because that person is bigger or stronger. It's human nature. Therefore, to protect myself and those I love, I frequently carry a firearm. But it's not the only thing I carry. Professional warriors and protectors understand that a variety of tools are needed to encompass the spectrum of their activities. Anybody who carries a firearm on a regular basis also understands there are many situations where a firearm carry option is restricted or it's not practical. Moreover, there are also many situations where the use of a firearm is not reasonably, legally, or morally justified. Not all physical altercations can be resolved with a firearm exclusively. There are those who do not meet minimum age requirements for carrying a firearm, yet they need and desire self-defense options. You may be traveling overseas on vacation or for business purposes, and the laws in that country prevent you from carrying a firearm. Finally, there are those who are not comfortable carrying a firearm for whatever reason, and there are a plethora of valid reasons for that decision. Self-defense tools are used to equalize or tip the balance in your favor. These sorts of tools are force multipliers. Let's look at why the D.A.D is such an exceptional tool in this regard. Number one, it's specifically designed to be in your hand. The amount of careful thought that went into every aspect of the Defense Alert Device is reflected in the size, the shape, the weight, the force indexing, and most critically, the elimination for the need to use fine motor skills in its deployment. Number two, it's specifically designed to stay in your hand during many normal day-to-day activities, particularly when you might be exposed to danger. This device will not end up being buried in your purse, backpack, pocket, or loose in your vehicle. You will not be fumbling to find it. The moment you place the D.A.D into your hand, and knowing its capabilities, your overall situational awareness is elevated.
It makes me more aware of my surroundings. It makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel like I can go anywhere and not need to worry about the what-ifs of that situation.
I cannot overstate the importance of this dynamic. With a D.A.D comfortably secured in your hand, you can immediately begin to perceive the environment around you in high definition, so to speak. People around you, along with their behaviors, are observed in greater detail. Your mindset is shifted toward the understanding that everything is not always okay. Number three, unknown to the vast majority of the population is the natural defensive reaction to open the hands to grab or push the attacker away. In doing so, any tool that was in your hand is now potentially on the ground, useless to you and easily accessible to your attacker. The developers of the D.A.D understand this reality and have created a very practical solution to mitigate this problem. It comes in the form of a well thought out securing strap. This hand strap is exceptionally comfortable, it's durable, and fits virtually any size hand. The strap, along with the overall physical design, force indexes the device into the hand, perfectly aligning the device for rapid deployment without the use of fine motor skills while under duress. This feature is critical. You can see the likelihood of misorientation engulfing the device is virtually eliminated. Additionally, if needed, the device in hand can serve as a useful striking device. It's made of a high-quality, impact-resistant polycarbonate. This is the same material bullet-resistant windows and NFL football helmets are made of. Number 4, the combination of light distraction and stealth deployment of the spray is devastating. If an attacker can see and therefore prepare for the spray, they typically avert and protect their vision. They close their mouth and instinctively hold their breath. This minimizes the effect of the spray, particularly on the respiratory system. It's important to emphasize we are not relying on pain compliance for success in stopping attackers. This is especially true when it comes to super committed or drug impaired individuals. When the attackers cannot see the spray coming, the likelihood of an effective stop is exponentially increased. The atomized spray is no longer merely an eye irritant, but it becomes an agent that impedes the attacker's ability to take their next breath. Anyone who cannot breathe immediately diverts all their mental and physical efforts to that task. Their self-preservation reaction is primal and cannot be prevented from happening. Ultimately, the attacker is no longer concerned with attacking you. They are concerned for their own personal survival. The attacker is neutralized. Anyone who knows the TigerLight pedigree knows they have a 15-year history of unparalleled, documented non-lethal effectiveness based on this phenomenon. This simply is not debatable. Last but not least, and on top of everything else, you add in an award-winning, innovative, built-in alert capability. This device becomes a customizable digital beacon, summoning help at distances your voice could never attain. You now have the pinnacle of non-lethal personal protection in your hand at the press of a button. The bottom line, everyone should seriously consider obtaining a defense alert device.